Quigley is part of the SuperPods network. You can find SuperPods on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, and Twitter at _SuperPods. You can also join our Discord at discord.gg/SuperPods. Thank you for your continued support, and happy listening.
What is going on, everybody? We are here with the first week of the Quigley Live Prediction Show, where we are going to go over some of our hopeful matchups for this week, as well as who we see making it into the Division 1's bracket. Look, I got to be honest, I'm joined once again by the six-time whiffer, the L taker in eights, Banksy Boy himself. We also have Superfly in the back end, just making sure that we're keeping everything rolling properly. Banksy, how are we doing this week?
I was doing very well until you brought up the six whiffs. And the L taker's a little wild. I'm pretty sure I've put you in your place quite a lot, Nate's. And I mean, at least I'm not carried by Connor. Just gotta say that. But we are here, first live prediction show. Like he said, we're going into our, the college season. We're looking at what we're kind of hoping to happen this season. And we get to start off with the qualifiers that's coming up. It has been announced that it's a Swiss bracket. Really exciting. And we're kind of going to start off with like highlighting some matches and transition into what we believe our top 10 D1 teams are going to be. So I hope you kind of agree with us. I hope you have some comments or fight backs, because I kind of like when we have different opinions. Going into the first matchup, this is kind of a no-brainer. We're going in, and we're looking at FS Halo versus UNA.
An absolute classic, if I will say so myself. I mean, look, we play these guys in every bracket. We've played them in every bracket since I've been on this team. We played them my first season in the Open qualifier for the first time. The next qualifier they couldn't play. Right. Let's see, what was it? Playoffs that year? I don't. Well, we were in two different divisions, so we didn't play. Then the very next year, we play in the relegations against them.
Yep.
Then we go on to play them in playoffs against. So, and I feel like we've traded pretty well, but I do have to make the point. UNA does have us beat right now 3-1. This is our opportunity to at least add one back to the series.
Yes, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. We are down, but I think this is one of those series where like we always hear everybody in the league always talking about like this is just a fun match to watch because we play each other so close. Even when it's a 3-1 or a 3-0, like we're still seeing these maps go to the last possible second. And I think that it's just going to be, I mean, of course, I'm going to say it's going to be a fun game because I'm going to be in it playing it. But I think it'll be a really fun game for the people to watch at home if you're just wanting to see a good series between two very competitive teams that play well against each other.
100% agree. I think it's one of the best matchups to watch. I think it's one to look out for. I am hoping during these qualifiers, especially in a Swiss bracket, we meet up with this team because it either means that we are stomping or we're getting stopped. So,
hey guys, Odin just said that the series score is 3-2 UNA. So he's giving us one there.
Thanks, Odin.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's right. We did beat them in the relegation thing, but then they came back and beat us at the.
Yeah. We fumbled that one.
Okay, my bad.
We'll take the map. So
that just makes us even bigger because this is their chance to go at 4-2 or for us to tie the series count.
I'm excited.
That might make this matchup even bigger.
It will. 100%. But to transition off this amazing matchup, going into game 2, this is a new matchup. We have one old team, we have one new team. But the reason we're going to highlight it is quite literally because it is the Battle of Florida. We had who we were against USF, which, again, we're no longer Full Sail Armada. So we got a new Battle for Florida, and it's a question of who's going to take it. Is UCF going to come into it and just dominate, or is USF going to hold it down and still have Florida?
I mean, I think we have to look at who USF has coming back in this season. I think that as the season ended last year, USF didn't get the final placement that they were really looking for.
Right.
Of course, we kind of shook up a bracket by kind of beating them later in the season, and that ended up changing the way the playoffs started for them. And I think that because of that, we saw one of their kind of star players and a guy that we've known on that team for so long in Soap Bomb kind of exiting from that team, saying this last season that he wasn't going to be playing. And it was literally a meme for me seeing that when USF or UCF announced that they were entering the league, Soap was like immediately like, I'm back. We're out of retirement. It's time to go. And I actually, if you didn't know, have a little bit of insight into why he might be back for this UCF matchup. If they get to play, this would be an insane matchup to watch because of the storyline around Soap and this UCF school.
He was supposed to go, right?
No, hold on. Apparently, some girl ghosted him from UCF.
Oh,
and now he has a vendetta against UCF, and he hates the school. This is his opportunity to get the one up. He can take a picture of the 3-0 at the end and send it to whoever that girl was, and be like, yeah, this is your school.
I guess we'll see what he cooks up, because we know how much trash talk he can bring. So it's going to be exciting, nonetheless. But going into our third matchup, the third highlight that we're kind of hoping to see, and I kind of think it's a no-brainer between me, you, and everybody else. You're going to look at a D2 rematch where we have YCP versus UIUC. I'm not good at saying names, so I'm not going to try the full name. I mean, if Ben can go crazy, but
that is the University. Wait, UIUC University.
He can't do it. See,
of Illinois Urbane-Champaign or something.
Yeah,
I just.
That's pretty good.
I just messed that up so bad. I'm sorry.
Better than I would have, not gonna lie. But this matchup just goes down right now in what you could say how College Halo is building up. Like you're looking at NASCAS versus Milkshake. What team's gonna come out on top? This time it's a matter of who's gonna make it into D1. Is it gonna be both? Is it gonna be one or the other? Is Milkshake coming back and claiming his dominance? Is NASCAS coming back and reclaiming the throne? Who knows what's going to happen in this matchup if we get it, and I really hope we do.
Yeah, and I mean, it's 100% an if we get this, and I think, hopefully the bracket gods will work in our favor, and we're able to see this matchup play out. Seeing these teams play in the losers final during the Division II playoffs last year was I believe I casted that game, and it was so back and forth. I mean, there was never a moment where you thought one team just had it by a mile. Yeah. It was so close in every map, every second, everything counted. And of course, at the end of the day, UIUC was able to take that game and go into the grand finals, knocking YCP out. And so this is a matchup between our second and third place team from Division II last year.
Yep.
And I think this is a statement piece. This is a moment where UIUC can showcase, if this game happens, they can showcase we are better than YCP. We are the team to be, reckoned with. We won that game, and we can prove that we can do it again. We can repeat the same thing.
Yep.
On the other hand, this is YCP's moment to bounce back and say, hey, sure, we had some stuff to work on the off season. We've been working on it. We've bettered ourselves. We've bettered ourselves as a team. Now we can come back at this. We can look at UIUC and we can show them that we have the ability to beat them in these clutch moments. Because right now, this is the biggest tournament of the season, in the sense of where we're at in the season, right? That other than playoffs, this is what matters so much, because this is what decides what bracket you're going to be playing in as you continue through the regular season.
100%. Completely, I think it's going to be a nail biter. It's going to turn heads, and I'm really excited. I hope we see all three of these matchups. I think they'll be iconic matchups. Now with the soap lore, all three are iconic. So I am excited for that. But we're kind of going to transition. We're going to talk about what we believe will end up being like our top 10. We already am going to kind of go through, and we've already talked about a few of these teams who we believe to be in it, but kind of give some insight team by team. We're going to start from the top. And we're going to go down to 10th. And it's kind of a no-brainer going into it. Going into our first slot, what you're going to see is Fisher Falcons. Okay? No-brainer we're looking here. They are changing one player, which I don't think really impacts Fisher Falcons at all. They did win last season. Sadly, we don't have UNG this season to battle it out yet again. But kind of give me something you feel about Fisher Falcons with the one new player.
Well, I mean, first off, like you said, it's a no-brainer. They're auto qualifying because they did win our Division I championship last season, and that's just a thing to notice. Like you mentioned, just to kind of touch on it again very quickly. UNG is not going to be playing this season, as far as we know at this time. So that second place spot is kind of in the air at the moment. We do not know who is going to be that team to really contend with Fisher, or if there's going to be a team that can contend with Fisher in the way that we've seen UNG in the past few years. I think that almost needs to be an opportunity to be looked at by all these other teams, right? This is your moment to step into Division I. Every team has a shot, and this is your moment to be one of those top two contending teams, right? We've always had a top two every year, for the past 3-4 years now, 3-4 seasons. And now there's a chance that we see another team kind of step into that, top two place, as we like to call it. But going back to Fisher, wait, what was that?
This could be somebody's chance.
Yeah, it very much could be. It very much could be. And it's their chance to battle it out in that, and I like to say top two spot because we really do know how hard Fisher are to overcome. And not to say that it's impossible. I mean, we've got some new teams coming in. We don't know what we're going to see this season. But Fisher, like you said, hands down are, at the moment, one of the best looking teams in this league. They were last season. They looked unbeatable. They were unbeatable. They did not get beaten one time. And so I think it's going to be, more of a focus on how does this new player come in and change Fisher, not really focusing on how does Fisher change as a team, right?
Right.
I don't think the loss of one player coming into a stacked roster like they have is going to be that big of an issue. I think we almost are just going to see a different style of play come out of Fisher. Are they going to get faster with this new player? Are they going to be more methodical? Is this player going to bring some sort of new map pool or, knowledge into the game that they may not have already had? Really, I think it's going to be this new player's chance to really shine and show that they have this potential to pick up that spot. Do you know who their fourth was that is not playing?
Their fourth is Clips. I don't know that person off the top of my head. I don't. If anybody in chat had any info about Clips, that would be cool. The rest of the team is the same. They lost Daylit though. Is who they lost for Clips. Which, I mean, if you're coming into Fisher, I mean, you gotta be pretty good there. You know what I mean? Or at least somewhat. So you gotta know Halo some way, or is it just a pickup person? Who really knows? But to kind of transition, like you said, there has to be someone to take that second place slot. We did talk about who we kind of thought was, and looking back on last season, we are giving that slot to USU. They don't have their B team, from my knowledge, right now. But we're giving it to USU, who have countless times kind of shook up a bracket, taken maps, improved themselves. And I know it's something to look at. I mean, if you look at the roster, we lost a player. We lost Thoughtful Face. Okay, that a solid player, but you still have the rest of the same team. So when you're looking at it, losing a really key player could hurt you, yes. Or is some like you kind of said, is a fourth person coming out of the woodworks that changes the team and changes the dynamic? We don't know what's going to happen. I still think USU is such a good team that they could theoretically take that slot, that number 2 slot, amongst the parties that we have right now in College Halo.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think the last few seasons we've seen, if we kind of, disregard the previous season that we've just seen played, you've kind of seen this third and fourth place being fought out between two Utah teams that I would say, in USU being one of those teams. I think that they've been a top contender for so long, but there's always been that one step up that they just couldn't make with that team like UNG. And now that UNG is out of that place, like I said, that second place spot, that top two spot is currently in the air. And I don't necessarily know if USU just has that on lock. I mean, I definitely think that there are teams that can compete with USU. We've seen it. But I do believe that with the loss of Thoughtful Face and then, this potential addition of whoever their fourth is going to be, I don't know if he's coming up from that B team or if it's just a completely new player altogether. I think that it's really going to change their dynamic. USU has been a team that over the years, when we've scrimmed them, when we've played them in official matches, whatever it has been, they have been a team that have been very fast-paced. They've been able to just fly, punch you in the mouth, and keep moving. And it's half the reason why they're so good is because they start so strong, they start so quick, you're not able to bounce back. Most teams are not able to get that momentum back once they snatch it out from below your feet. And I don't necessarily know if Thoughtful Face was the, contributing factor to so much of that motion, but I do think Thoughtful Face was an integral part of that team. And so without him, I'm ready to see how that team is going to play with someone new in that slot.
Right. And I think it's exciting. And speaking of Utah teams, we talked about our third place, and yes, it's UVU. And looking at UVU, can you really go wrong with UVU? I mean, they're a fun team. I've always liked UVU. Tuco, Dilly Donut has done a lot in the offseason to improve himself as a player. Tuco has just always been, and every time we've played him, in my eyes, he's that blow-up player on the team that just, I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot you existed. Like, you come out of the woodworks and you tear it down. They did lose a player, but again, it's one of those situations. Who is that fourth that can come out and shake it up? And UVU, those three have always shown what they can do as a team. And I think it's a nice slot to put them in because they proved themselves last season. And is losing one person honestly going to hurt them that much? Who knows?
Yeah, and I feel like, just like I said, there were these two Utah teams. Of course, UVU being that other team that I was talking about. Didn't want to shout them out too early because I knew we were about to go straight over to them. But I do think that these are two teams that have played very well against each other. This second and third place spot that we have set right now. I do think that we could see this almost be like a tied second to third. Where they're both finishing 5-0 in this Swiss bracket. Just allowing them to kind of both have that, because I guess if we had to explain how that Swiss bracket is going to work, if they are both 5-0, it goes by map count, right? So, maybe you do see USU take an extra map and get that higher tiered spot over UVU. But the fact is that I think unless they're playing each other, I don't see one of these teams really losing a series against any other team. I think that they really are kind of one of the top three teams that, at least at this point in time, looking back at the last few seasons. Of course, like you said, it's really going to come down to how well do these new fourths mesh, right? Are these new fourths going to be someone who uplifts them and brings them to the next level so that they can still compete against each other? Or are they going to lose some of their steam?
Right. And kind of to let's say counteract one of your statements of can anybody beat them? I think this is when we start shaking up the top five. We'll say the top five here, because there's one team who I think could do it, and that is for number 4. We picked UNA, our North Alabama boys. That is a solid roster, no matter which way you look at it. And like they got a new fourth as well, or a new replacement for one of their players, and I want to say, again, it's up to these fourths to kind of fill that slot, but it's such like UNA has always been a stacked roster, in my opinion. They've always shown that in the season they can improve. Even if the beginning's a bumpy start, let's say it's not a crazy qualifiers here for UNA, they have always been that roster that showed up in D2, took it. showed up in D1 and was just taking maps and kind of situations that you wouldn't have said been like it's their first time here. So yes, we have them at 4th for my reason that put them, in my opinion, high, but also there. It's just from last season and they have a new player. One person can obviously shake up a roster like we've been saying, but for like UNA, you're trying to, they can be fast, they can be slow, they can manipulate the map, they can beat you up. Who knows what's going to happen? They've done it all to us. So it really depends what, rockets this team forward. I think they can shake up that top 3, but I'm letting them at 4 because we need to see their 4th player in. We need to see how this qualifiers goes, and who shuts who down, essentially.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. I think that your touch point on the idea that they can manipulate the map so well is a really good point to focus on, because of the fact that they are a team who knows these maps. They play these maps so much, and not to the extent that they're playing the game any more than anybody else, but I think that they look at the map so differently because they have somebody, or I would say somebody in their coaching staff so methodical and thought. He has such a different way of looking at it, and I'm really talking about Country. I think Country brings a special look when it comes to the coach. I'm serious, man. I've played with Country.
Okay,
he's got a different head on him. I'm telling you, the guy knows the game. And even if it's not just Country, I think these guys have a way of bringing themselves back even when they're down, right? We've seen them go down 2-0 against teams, and they've reverse swept over and over, and it's just because they have resilience. And I mean, at the end of the day, look, it's all love for UNA. I mean, when I first started, they were like one of the first few teams we scrimmed, and it's been all love since. Of course, if we see them on the battlefield, we're enemies at that moment. But as soon as it's over, it's back to love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that you're 100% right, and I hate to harp on the same idea with each team, but the new 4ths coming in are going to be a huge factor into what we see these teams do, whether it be in this tournament or whether it be through the regular season. Personally, just from my own point of view, I don't think their 4th is that bad at all. We've scrimmed them once already.
He learned them. He was learning very fast.
Yeah, and it seems like he's got a good understanding of the game. It seems like they're doing a really good job with kind of integrating him into their team. I feel like that's an issue that a lot of teams will see when pulling in a new player, is that they try to force a player into, a style or a role that they already had before. With this loss of Zenny and now bringing in a new player, they're not trying to force this new player into Zenny's role. They're letting Bubba Thimble was his name. I was trying to remember. Bubba Thimble has come in as the 4th, and they're not forcing him into Zenny's role. They're kind of forming him into the role that they know that this team is going to need moving forward. So I think that that's going to be their key to success throughout this tournament.
100%.
I want to drop a little lore here for those who don't know. Back in the day, 15 years ago now.
15.
Me and Odin were crosstown rivals.
That's true.
15? I was like 6 years old.
You just got super.
Okay, Ben. I apologize.
Okay.
I won't say anything anymore.
No, I actually love that lore because it brings our College Halo lore so much closer, and it helps me transition actually into our next slot. We're going into 5th. Look, you guys can black me all you want. I'm saying we, FS Halo, are coming in at 5th. Look, our roster didn't change. We lost somebody, but we still have the main 4 that we really played with. What you're going to see this season is Super play probably more. He might not want to, but he's going to. And like we've said, UNA is somebody who we always fight with. And I think our team has actually improved a lot. And this is just from personal experience where we're at, playing with my old captain, Leo, playing in these college 8s. We've just improved a lot. Our team has learned a lot from our old captain, or my old captain. I don't think you guys, you didn't have Leo as your captain, but my old captain, we've learned a lot. And I think we have improved. And I think based on where we're at in College Halo, if we keep improving this way and we keep fighting the way we are, UNA, better watch out. Better watch out.
Don't let him lie to you. I'm still D1.
I have to agree with you 100%. I think that we have improved some over the offseason. You've seen me just absolutely grind nothing but Halo because now I'm higher ranked than not higher rank in rank, but I'm what is it called? Your normal level rank or whatever?
Oh,
I'm really bad at
career
Halo
rank.
terms.
Yeah, career rank.
My career rank is now higher than yours. So the point that I'm trying to make is I think we've been putting a lot of time in to just better ourselves as a team, ensure that we are working as a team a lot. I think that was a lot of our issue before where we weren't exactly excelling at, making our plays as a team, moving the map as a team. Even me and Super have been playing, just us two, trying to make sure that we're understanding how each other plays, how we play off of each other. The one big factor that I think is going to go into this weekend that may not go into the rest of the season is that we will be playing with with our sub player. And not to say that that's, frightening or that, we're scared or that there's any sort of doubt in our sub player. It's just the fact that over the summer, over this off-season time, he's been really focused on summer classes. He's also been really focused on a new job that he's just started. He has not had time for Halo. I believe earlier this week, maybe Saturday of last week, sometime around Saturday to Sunday, was like his first time playing Halo in probably 2 months.
Yeah.
Like the man has not touched the game. And I think he's, slowly getting back into the swing of things, but I think it's really going to show when we're not just playing ranked and we're actually playing against, teams who are giving it everything they got, which, we have some scrims playing this week, so hopefully we'll get to kind of get him in and get some sets going before. But I think that's going to be the overall takeaway for our team, is just going to be our focus on trying to transition from playing with a 4-man squad that we've been trying to focus on to then including the sub in now, where we're trying to play in this qualifier with that sub having a starting spot at least for this, this weekend.
Yeah.
Chat wants to know our roster.
Our roster. You want to?
I mean, I'll lay it out. It's you got me, you got Ben, okay, you got Super and Faye and OG. I'm gonna let you guys think who the sub is, and I'm gonna let you guys put the starting roster together since you already know 3 of them. Because I already said.
Remember, I'm bad.
I already said Super's playing, so you got So
okay.
And I'll leave this caveat for at the end while we transition again. I played with our sub today, and yes, he's green right now. Okay, you can see the change, but man, we're gonna kill it Thursday. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So you guys just be ready. So. Just be ready. I think he's gonna come back. It's gonna be a fun time. But as we transition into our next team, this is going to feel like a shot to the gut for some. For everybody else in College Halo, we don't care about the stickies. We got USF sliding in here at 6th. I'm going to say my reason. And
I got my reason.
Oh, my God. My reason is they need a 4th, and USF has been a team that's been solid with their team. We don't know who it's going to be. And if that one person, I mean, we 3-0'd them out of nowhere last season, and we've gotten better. So what you've been doing, can you take down these Titans?
Look, I think he can. I think he very well can. And by not just him, I think he's still got the stickies, brother. I played him in 8s the other night. He is still hitting the stickies across map. No, I wanted to come on here and say that, it was going to be like the gym bro on steroids. They're going to start shit. Like his teammates are going to show him like the texts from the UCF girl, and he's just going to go into rage mode and just be tearing through everybody. But he's got a girlfriend now, so like, is that really going to work? Like, I don't think.
Oh, that's true.
What I mean? He's living the life, so he's good. I think soap sticky nades are going to be their key to success going into Thursday. I think if Soap can't hit the I think every team should take this to note. If you can dodge the stickies, you're beating Soap.
If you can't, you're done. You've lost the game before it even started. They know the spawns. They have the timers only for stickies. I'm pretty sure when he played us, he got a triple with stickies one time. So
you better hope you don't play midship this weekend.
They throw midship in, and Soap is just high on life. He's like, "This is it. This is my map." Starting with
Soap's
stickies.
beating Fisher.
It's his chance. No, I think if they like I said, if they do succeed, if they prep their fourth all the way up to what they had, yes, they could shake up a bracket. But what we've proven is if someone is there to bring the pressure, just like we did, we brought the pressure to that team, and we ruined a whole bracket for a season. I mean, so they have to stay like content. If they can do that, if their fourth is brought up to speed, I think they can, do something. But I just don't think they're breaking into top 5.
Oh,
sorry,
right.
sorry. That's just my thought. I do love Soap though. I love his whole team. I love USF. It's a stapled name. But that's just my thought. And hopefully we get to see the Florida fight.
Dear Lord, if we get beat by all these teams below top 5, we're gonna get clowned.
Hey, clown us, please. We need
Just
this.
go to the next team.
As we move to number 7, this one I think we feel very strong about just because of the team itself. Is UIUC. I hope they're here to see us give them their flowers. That team improved a lot. He came in talking hot. Milkshake improved. And I think he's done nothing but improve. Anybody can look at his streams. Anybody can look in the work that he's doing for that school. And I know they're getting one or two players, something like that. I can't remember. I'm
almost certain it is 2.
It is 2.
I'm almost, yeah.
And I was watching their tryouts. They did a little bit of a different tryout. They had the coach involved. So I think there was more hands-on for the picking of these 2. And he's a serious player. You can't take it from him. He's a very serious player. He came in last season, and no offense, he beat Naz. Naz, don't worry. You might have it. But
Naz has already made statements in chat.
Oh,
I can't repeat them on the show here, but there are statements made.
Respectable.
When we transition to the next team, I'll look at Naz's messages.
But they had Milkshake has proven that he wants his team to fight, and he's going to fight himself. So it really comes down to, are us that we're in D1, are we going to stop him in his tracks, right? Like essentially in our bracket here, or our idea, we don't want these teams to break into the top 5 because we have our 5 that we think are going to be the top 5 right now. And if they do, amazing job. I think Milkshake could do it. Right now, losing 2 members, if that is 100% the case, is difficult. But Milkshake is a good player. He's shown it, and he's fought for his team. I'd like to see what they do in this qualifiers.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that they looked absolutely on fire when we saw them last season in the Division II playoffs. They had a great run through those playoffs. They were making plays in every match that was streamed. We were able to see them continue to improve. I think Milkshake's a grinder. I can't lie. The guy be grinding. And but I swear I never every time I open Discord, I see in College Halo self promotion, he's streaming ranked, and I'm just like, dude, the guy doesn't get off the game, and I mean, typical, bro's got time. He's grinding. He wants the dub. So I respect it. I just think that the 2 team change, or the 2 player change for their team, could be a little bit of a back step for them. It almost feels like near the end of the season, you really see them start to get their stride, and they start to make that play. They end up getting second place in Division II, and that's not something that's easy to do. They had to beat some really good teams to get to that spot. And then to turn around and look at this season, and you have to start, not over, but basically over with 2 of your players. You're having to teach them how to play. Maybe they have a good idea of how to play Halo, but you have to teach them how to play at this level, at this competitiveness. And I just don't know if they're going to be able to start out as hot as they ended the last season.
I mean, me and Super have been through that. Looking at him.
All right. Hey everybody. I was the teacher. I was the teachable guy 2 seasons ago. My bad.
But as we move from UIUC, we're gonna get it. We're gonna nail down the full name by the end of the season. We're going in. I mean, been poked at it. I'm gonna release it. Our next slot, we believe to be YCP. Now,
can you?
Huh?
Can you've said YCP every time. All these others you're saying they're full.
Look,
can you say YCP's full college name? Because I can't. I can actually say that one. Don't try to read the logo. You just gotta say it right here, right now. Everybody watching, I'm calling them out on stream.
York
say it
College
now.
of Pennsylvania.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
I respect it.
Okay.
I thought you were. Wait, why'd you look like that? You thought you were wrong?
Yeah. Thought I got the P wrong.
Okay.
But I put YCP here because Naz has done a lot in this offseason. When I look at last season, though, like that's where I gotta, I had that battle with Milkshake and Naz right there. And this is our chance to see that shake up. But if there's no shake up and UIUC keeps their they've been playing for about a few months now, UIUC. So it really depends. Naz has been in a lot of open brackets. He's been playing with a different team in his off season, but that doesn't mean that his current, his college team improved. But I do think he could do it. He's a great leader. He knows how to benefit his team, and he knows how to bring them up. So it's just a matter of what's going to happen in the gameplay. Is he going to dominate the map? Are there going to be some upsets? Is the team 100% listening to the direction that he's given? There's a lot of question marks when it comes to, how well YCP did in the season, what happened in playoffs, and where we could go now, depending on how the team has improved themselves.
Yeah, I think we do have one player making a change for that YCP roster, I believe. I could be wrong. It could be the same for, but I think the focus is going to be on 3 players in particular, right? You have Nazcast, who is this IGO. He's the backbone of this roster. I think he is the guy who is leading the way when they are making plays. Nazcast is a very methodical player, especially when it comes to Halo, right? When we've scrimmed him, when we've played them in these tournaments and things, I've seen Nazcast continually pull his team out of positions where you would think they were not able to make a comeback, and they somehow do it because Nazcast just has that ability to move the map in the way that, he has the ability to manipulate the map very well.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I think is going to be the X factor for them is 2 of their players that were on the team last year, and that is Project Gooba, the GOAT,
Goob,
and Caminator. Because I think these are 2 names that we saw a lot of in the D2 playoffs, where Goob and Caminator were making some incredible plays. And maybe that does come from the IGLing and the play calling of Nazcast. But when they're able to act off of that play calling and make the plays that they are, I think their potential just rises up even higher. So I think it is going to be, a thing where Nazcast has to continue improving this team, continue moving this team in the direction that he wants to see them move. But I think that some of his players, some of these guys that are continuing to grow also on this YCP team are going to be just as important if they want to, make it into Division 1 Thursday.
And Nazcast in chat has confirmed it is the same 4 as last season.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's a great confirmation. That's a W confirmation out of Nazcast.
And I'm excited for YCP, but I do not plan on losing to you, Naz, personally. Love you, though. The best. As we transition going into it, I think our stack up here is going very well. Number 9, I'm gonna let the chat know we're doing this based off last season and non-solidified by Halo as a whole. All right. And what we've kind of picked is Southern Miss, USM. If they're here, I'm just saying they want it. So
I agree that is fair if they are here. And I mean we don't have any confirmation on either direction there. So,
but I mean,
I guess give your take. Like, why? I mean, I understand they won Division II, but like
they won it. But if they're here, they've lost some players, right? And I think theirs is the biggest hit because I'm pretty sure if they're here, Solaire lost his duo. You know what I mean? That that 2-man team was so dominant last season with the support players versus just everybody slamming. Obviously Solaire is always on fire. So, but it's just a matter of like, are we going to have the same kind of solution if they are here and Solaire is the only one carrying the team, or vice versa, which hurts. That hurts when you're against a YCP. If you're against us, you're against UNA. You're the one player trying to carry it. That hurts because these teams are locked together, know how to play with each other as best they can, and that one player is looking for the mess up. So I wanted to keep USM in because they did something last season when no one thought. Everybody was like YCP, UIUC, and then Southern Miss said, "Fine." So
that's what they said.
Yeah, they said, "Fine."
Actually, I was in the Discord call when they won that D2 championship. That is not what they said, and I could not repeat what they said here.
But that's just my take. I know there's a lot of things, but like again, this was info we got from like College Halo, and with the question mark, like the asterisk, if USM would be here this season, I wanted to give them their flowers and say like, yes, if they are here, I think they can do it.
Just a hypothetical, and I'm we don't have to give reasoning or anything why. Just a hypothetical. If USM is not here, do you have an alternate, maybe not a in that same spot, but an alternate 10th team that could be coming in?
I'll say same spot. I'll say same spot. UOU.
Okay, I was gonna go about the same route. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like if I were to replace it and spend about 30 more minutes thinking about it, it would be UOU, to where we can transition here unless you have a take on USM.
No, I mean I think you summed it up pretty well. The Division II champions, they looked absolutely unbeatable last year in Division II, and I do know that one of the subs who actually came in during that championship run that they had last season is still a student there and is potentially able to play on that team. So, I mean, there is an opportunity. We still see USM. We still see Solaire and at least one of those guys from last season playing. I don't know how possible that really is, but the possibility is there. And I mean, Solaire's one of those players that you just can't count out. And I hate to keep like harping on just his name, but I think that if USM is here, he's going to be one of those contributing factors that you just are always going to want to see the POV of, because Solaire just moves on the map.
Yep.
He is one of the most annoying players to play against. And so I think if we do see him, yes, I think USM will continue to play like they did last season.
Yep.
And I think we will see them in this top 10.
100%. And but as we transition, I know we heard I said I'd pick UOU in slot 9, but this is where we get to shake up for number 10. And I mean real shake up, because I want to give a shout out to this new team. Okay. UCF. What I've done here, okay, I'm going to say this on my end, because this is what we do as our job. I research these teams. This is a new team. No one knows how they're going to be. Okay. You're fighting for 10th. I haven't seen UOU in any 8s. I haven't heard a lick from Lonzy.
Lonzy has been in 8s a couple nights.
Oh,
just throwing that out there.
I'm not showing up at midnight. I remember Lonzy used to roll up at 1 a.m., bro, and be like, "Where's everybody?"
That is true.
Lonzy, great guy. He's funny. But like, I haven't had a lot to see. Looking at it, UOU's team is very stagnant in what they've done in the offseason based on their match history and being around. Based on UCF's match history, they are fighting to improve. Okay. And I literally mean like fighting to improve that roster. So it's a battle right now of, can they take it? If I'm giving OU that 9th place instead of USM, it's because of history, not because of where they're at. UCF, I gave it because of what I see on paper, what they've given us, And I'm pretty sure we nicknamed Bales Balls in college eights. So
that is true, and he went along with it too. I'm just going to
did.
be honest with you. That was kind of insane.
So he's a vibey guy. Vibes are high.
No, I have to say that UCF, that they're an unknown team. I think that that's going to be one thing that they have that no one else does. There's not that I think that every team is going to sit here and go and watch VOD, before they get into the games Thursday, but this is a team that's unknown. Like, even if you're not watching VOD, there's nothing you know about this team. We don't know the players. We don't know their mentality. We don't know how they play the map. And I've seen, Bales go in and when we've called him out and said, like, yo, eights, it's time for eights, sorry boys, can't get on tonight, like, I'm working with the team. And I respect that. Like, he is putting in time, he's putting in extra time late at night, getting with this team. They are preparing. Do I think that they stay in this 10th spot? I like the addition. I like that we're throwing in a new team, because it is true that they could shake things up, and I do see this happening. I do want to get your insights, because we do have 3 of the top 4 teams from last year in Division 2 making it in Division 1 this year.
Yeah.
The 4th place team that we did not include is that SNU roster. Now, I think that the battle for that 10th place spot could very well be UCF or one of these newer teams and SNU. Is there a reason why you see SNU not making it into the top 10?
Look, SNU guys, you guys are vibey. You join eights. I love that you bring in the college Halo community as your own, and you add to it. But I have seen too many times where we drop the ball in key moments, and if it's coming,
You ain't talking about all ball.
yeah, if it's coming down to like those clutch moments, when you're against teams that are consistently grinding or consistently trying to improve their methods, and you look at the team that might just trying to bring raw skill into it, which is, in my point of view, SNU is trying to bring raw skill without utilizing all their knowledge and the methods on the map and throwing games. Okay, it's a team game. You need to play the map correctly. Just because your KD is high doesn't mean you're winning the game. We on FS Halo have won a lot of games down in kills. I'm just saying.
Very down in kills.
I'm just saying, we've consistently, because we've played objective better than these other teams, we have shown that it is possible to win down in kills. Now, is it common? Like, very common? No. But if you're not playing the map right and you're playing off raw skill, it's just not going to go well in this top 10. It will not go well. It never has for any school. And I don't think I've ever seen a team with just raw skill that has succeeded in D1. We went in to D1 after succeeding in relegations or qualifiers. After succeeding in the qualifiers, we went into D1, and all we necessarily had at the beginning was raw skill. We won one game, right?
You talking about season 1?
Season 1, we won one game.
Not great.
And then as we got better, we won 2.
That is. Oh, we won more than 2, right?
Super.
Did we really win 2?
We only won 2, right?
They were just 1, 2.
I think we just won 2. And
we suck.
I love you, Soap, but our second win was a 3-0 against USF, baby.
It should have been 3, but we had somebody whiff 6 shots on an Abso guy and 2 rockets in a crowd of people.
Who did that?
Yeah, I've never met those guys before.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I don't even think they're on the roster.
Yeah.
We need to change our gamer tags.
It's time. The branding change.
Branding change now because of that. But as we kind of look at it again, guys, this is our top 10. You have seen where we've talked about how this could be shaken up. But again, it comes down to those key moments where these teams are so close together, where anything could happen. We're looking at Southern Miss might not be here. UCF might not succeed. YCP might slam UIUC. We might beat UNA. Who knows what's going to happen? Our Utah schools might drop in status because they don't have, we don't know what their fourth is yet. We don't know what they're solidifying. So looking at it, it's really crazy what could happen here. I'm excited, and I'm excited to play. I'm excited to be here, and I really can't wait to see what the final standings are. You got anything to say before you close out?
Man, I got to keep it 100% honest with you. This has been a blast. I am hyped for Thursday. Really, I really am. I don't know how any sort of broadcasting or anything like that is going on, but we will be sure to try to shout out on our socials and things if we see any players or schools specifically that are broadcasting their games, so that any fans or any teams that want to watch some of these other games going on while they're waiting, you guys will have that opportunity to watch these teams. I don't know whether College Halo is doing their own streams or not. I guess we'll get more information on that in the future. But I mean, look, right now, just a quick sidebar. I believe in the College Halo Discord, I am seeing SNU and OU doing a little 8 scrim. So after this stream is over, make sure to go tune in over there. It might be a big matchup. No, but just in closing, I just want to say that we are looking forward to Thursday. Be sure to be on the lookout for our little one-shot episode of the podcast where we will go back over these picks that we have made after Thursday once we have a finalized top 10. Of course, remember that we always have the podcast coming out on Fridays where we record weekly, going over college Halo news as well as just competitive Halo news in general. And sometimes we just yap about anything, to be honest. We kind of get on tangents. And then, of course, remember, catch us here Monday nights. Next Monday, catch us. We will be continuing this Quigley Live prediction show where we will continue to keep all the action and we will continue to give you all the news on the featured matchups for the week.
Okay, well, say goodbye, Ben.
It was great, Banksy. Thank you for, this